Well, welcome back on 810 WHB TV. Joel Goldberg alongside Kevin Keatsman from Between the Lines, and you'll be jumping on your show here in a moment.
Shortly.
Boy, this action is awesome. I know it's not, ultimately you're a K-State guy, but you call it the way you see it.
Yeah.
And that was a disappointing game. If you're a K-State fan, you're thrilled if you're Iowa State, but what did you think?
Well, when there's 176 points scored in a game or whatever it was, it's hard to say it's one possession, but it really was one possession. K-State had the ball with about 30 seconds left. Southwell decides to go 1-on-4 all by himself. Weber doesn't call a timeout. They had a chance to hold the ball, get a final shot, either tie the game and go to overtime or win it with a 3. They turn the ball over. Iowa State gets it. They have to foul. Iowa State wins by 6. You just can't do that. You have to manage the ball and manage the clock much better in the last minute than K-State did.
You and I have a lot of texting discussions throughout the year, just every now and then, not every day, but I think you feed my coaching man crush on Bo Ryan at Wisconsin because you like him a lot too. And throughout the year we've talked about the Big Ten being maybe the best conference top to bottom, but and maybe that's still true, but I don't know. I mean, when I look at these teams that are in the quarterfinals and all 8 of them at the Big 12 Conference Tournament are capable of winning this thing, that tells me a little something about the Big 12.
This is the only day I can remember in the history of this tournament where we had 8 teams that any of them could win today, and really any of them could play Saturday for the title. The fact that what's coming up, the 1 versus 8 game, is a coin toss, and the point spread is 2 points on this game, that either team can win, we've never had that. The 1 versus 8 game is almost always a complete mismatch. It's not this year. Any of these 8 teams can advance. I think this will wind up, I think we're only 1 game in out of 4. I think we're going to look back at the end of the day and say this was the best single day of basketball action in the history of this tournament.
And then when you add in, and I know this is unrelated to the action on the floor, but the environment down here, and obviously you guys at 810 have a huge presence. You know, the Miller Coors folks have a huge presence. But to see the amount of people that come through here, you've been here for this before. I haven't been down here when this has been going on. It's a little different than the Power and Light on a different kind of night, which I haven't done a whole lot of, by the way, either, once or twice. But this is awesome.
No, it's cool the number of people that come down here without a ticket and just say, well, it's 70 degrees. I think I'll watch out here. And mostly Iowa State fans, I think, is what we heard there. It's about to be a buyer's market. Well, it's about to be a seller's market because a lot of people are going to be buying tickets, Iowa State fans, to get in tomorrow to see Iowa State play. But it's really cool. And I think a lot of the K-State fans will leave now during the KU game, and maybe some Iowa State fans, and watch a lot of the action out here. It should be a great afternoon down here today.
I think it's cool, too. Just had some folks walk by in West Virginia gear. And that's cool to see. I still have a hard time wrapping my brain around.
I think they live in the Northland.
Maybe they do. But, you know, it's just different. It's just different seeing that here, too. I mean, the conferences are constantly changing.
Yeah.
But it is cool to see so many people with so many different rooting interests. It's what I think makes this town so unique. You and I talked about it before, why sports radio is so good in this town, beyond just, you know, the work that you guys do. Everybody has a rooting interest, and a lot of times, most of the time, it's not the same as your neighbor, and it makes it a lot of fun.
Well, it does. I'm a little worried about what it may be like down here tomorrow if Oklahoma State beats Kansas, because then where does everybody, it just turns into an Iowa State party, I guess, at that point. But yeah, there's fans here from every team, which is cool. We got Chamber of Commerce weather. There is no better place to have a college basketball tournament than right here at Sprint Center and the Power and Light District. This is a great setup. The only way this would be better is if we had typical weather like this every day in March, which we don't. No. But when you get days like this, I can't think of a better place to be.
All right, who runs the table here? I know you really don't know because nobody does, but who do you think?
I think Oklahoma State is going to be the first team to ever play 4 days in a row here and win.
Wow.
They won last night easily. I think they're going to knock Kansas off. I think we're going to see OU and OSU tomorrow, and that's going to be the tough one. It's hard. It's going to be real hard to win 4 days, and Oklahoma State's not real deep. I just think they're playing better than anybody in this conference right now, and I don't think they're worn out today. I don't think there's any reason they can't beat Kansas. So if they get by KU, I'd say Oklahoma State is a team to beat. If not, I think the winner of this game. If KU wins this game, I think they win the tournament. Oklahoma State wins it, I think they win it.
Because ultimately, if KU wins this game, aren't they proving to not just the doubters out there, but to themselves that they can win a big-time game without Joel Embiid?
Yes, and they're going to have to play some real defense without Joel Embiid. I mean, he's their best defensive player, their most important defensive player. A lot of people will say it's Wiggins. You can put Wiggins on the perimeter on a ball scorer, and he does a real good job locking a guy like that down. But there's so much garbage in college basketball. There's so many missed shots where guys get in there and rebound it and lay it back in. Iowa State lived off that today against K-State. They had no rim protector. They had no rebounding inside in that game. That's what Kansas is going to miss more than anything else. Joel Embiid's presence down low, especially getting rebounds on the defensive end.
Is there a better time of year? That's such a rhetorical question, but I mean, between all of this and then the announcements on Sunday. March Madness beginning. Baseball a couple of weeks away. The Masters will be right behind that one, too. I mean, does it get any better?
September's close. Last year, the Royals were playing meaningful games and had big crowds and had a winning record. If the Royals are leading a division in September and college and pro football start in this town, that may top this.
But we got a 70-degree day in March.
Yeah,
I mean, this is pretty
not
good.
Complaining at all.
All right, Kevin, I know you got a show to do.
Good.
Appreciate the insight. We have no idea what's going to happen here. We have an idea. We just don't know if it's right or not.
Are you having fun?
Yeah, this is
great.
It's
good for you. Thanks for doing it.
Enjoying it, and it's just fun to see all the different fans here, the rooting interest, and good basketball.
Are you telling me Boger doesn't have any 810 swag for you to wear? No shirt? What? You got nothing?
Oh, he's got everything.
You
I'm
have
sure.
Nothing?
He's got everything.
I'm gonna get on that right now.
He's got everything.
Kidding me. You can't believe you're up here without any swag on.
Everybody else has a shirt.
Behind the camera, it's nothing but Jayhawks. He lives in Missouri. He should have a Jayhawk shirt on. That's the way it works around here.
Well,
right? You live in Kansas? I thought you lived in Missouri. You live in Missouri and you wear KU
He lives in Missouri. He wears
right.
There isn't a Missouri team represented here anymore.
Well, they're finishing theirs right now.
They're finishing theirs right now. I don't know how they're doing.
They're up 6 when it came up here.
Bring on Florida.
We'll see. Yeah, exactly.
That's Kevin Keatsman. Between the Lines, I'm Joel Goldberg. Stick with us here on 810 WHB TV.
Come on, don't let me down, boy. Got to represent Fort Smith. You got one. Come on. 15 seconds. Close. No pressure. No pressure. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, there you go. One more. All right, here we go. 4 points. Where's Nate Buchanan's 8-10 team at? Right. Nate Buchanan's 8-10 team. Come up here real quick. What's your name,
That's our last team, right? One more team after this.
Here's Nick from Ankeny, Iowa.
What's his name?
All right, Nick, here we go, buddy. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, sun is in his eyes and everything. Make some noise for Nick. Make some noise for Nick. Come on. There you go.
Stroking it, man. Now put your legs into it. Put your legs into it.
Nothing but nets.
15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
This kid is
3,
great.
2, 1.
Attaboy. I wasn't counting.
I'll try now. They're the winners, so just don't even worry about it. Jeremy?
All right.
Where are you from, man? Jeremy from St. Joe, Missouri. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, he's going for the bank.
Jeremy.
Going for the bank.
Jeremy, let's say take a little bit off that shot right now. That's what I'm telling you. Jeremy is
Take a deep
up
breath.
there.
You got this, buddy.
Too much muscle, that's what I tell you. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, softer. 3,
This is a pop shot.
2, 1. There it is right there. Nate Buchanan.
There you go. He made his last one.
18 team wins the Miller Lite Papa Shot. Congratulations. Thank you to Miller Lite, Miller Coors, Sports Radio 810 WHB.
I think we got some. 2 winners, yeah. Just give them both. Yeah.
And remember to make sure you check back here after the sessions, the morning sessions, the afternoon sessions of the Big 12 Championship, because this is where you're going to want to party at. We're going to have so many giveaways coming up here in between sessions here in the Big 12 Championship, the Real Life Fan Fest, brought to you by Sports Radio 810 WHB.
A lot of giveaways, and yes, if you think you can eat a lot of tater tots too, I do have a feeling we have a tater tot eating contest coming up after the KU game. So if you can eat tater tots, a lot of them, make your way to the stage and we'll try to get your name down. We'll try to get you on that contest.
12 Championship quarterfinal round. Here we go. All right, I got Chris Layman from 38 in the spot, one of my very good friends. Joel Goldberg from Fox Sports Kansas City. And Joel, and I know baseball season's around the corner, but it's basketball season right now, right?